Fun fact for you, not even 10 seconds before I started this video, I thought that I broke my little camera tripod for like the 50th time, even though I've used this thing consistently for about at least 6 months. The little, little piece there that holds the phone in, I thought I actually broke the tension, the little spring that holds the phone and positions it. So yeah, that's the energy we're coming in with. Welcome, gorgeous souls, to my channel. I'm so happy to have you here with me today, making time to navigate towards my space. However, you have come to find my channel, Aeipathy. This is a place where I focus on readings that are centered around positivity, high vibrational living, higher learning, spiritual growth and expansion, all sorts of wonderful, good feeling things. So thank you so much for being here. I hope you will enjoy your time spent with me today. My content here on YouTube has not been something that I have been focusing on lately, because I've started over on a different platform on TikTok. So just a couple of housekeeping things. If you are familiar with TikTok or are also active on that platform, feel free to go and check me out over there. My name or handle, whatever you'd like to say, is Midwest Psychic. So I'm doing a lot of different content over there. As I've stated, I don't do any of the same things on all of my platforms. I don't regurgitate content and videos I create. I do everything unique and specific to the energies of the collective of whatever particular social space I happen to be in. So in case you're interested, go ahead and navigate over there if you would like to see what I'm doing on TikTok. It's pretty fun. But of course, I've missed everybody here, and we have a very big lunar event happening today, a full moon in this beautiful month where I have been focused on releasing and gaining freedom and independence. If you live in the US, you may understand what that has to do with, or take it in context to whatever it means to you. But we did just have a major holiday focused upon those same ideals. So I thought, why not bring to you guys a reading focused on this beautiful full moon energy. I did a shorts video as well as a small video on TikTok about what you need to release for this full moon coming up. But then I was like, this turned out so well, let's not do a full video on it, right? Like that would be a great idea. So before we get started, I just have to say, please continue to show your support for free tarot today that you will be receiving. There's a couple of ways that you can do that. Of course, subscribing is number one. The more that the numbers increase, the more capacity that I have to continue to, quite frankly, bring forth these videos and focus on this content here. As well, it also makes it where I show up more for other people. And if you also feel like there's anyone in your life that could benefit or would enjoy listening to these messages and receiving these free services, these free readings as well, please feel free to share my content with them also. Also, and last but not least, if you are interested in taking a look at your personal circumstances and energy more in depth, I am available for private readings, and that's a wonderful monetary way to support me, but where there is an even energy exchange. It is my preference, and I would love to take a look at your, again, individual story. So if that is something that calls to you, I'm available. Please feel free to reach out to me. All of the information and details is in the description box below. As well as in a pinned comment, I believe, or in a comment down below. In two places always I list that information. So we are going to be asking today, with my long-winded intro, what you should be focusing on to release during this full moon energy. Full moons are all about the powerful energies of the moon, so of manifestation, of releasing, of eliminating fear and illusion and revealing what needs to be seen, what is hidden. And, of course, being a Cancer, we are in Cancer season, so this is a beautiful energetic sort of symbology for Cancerian energy as well, being the ruling planet for this sign. And it relates, of course, to emotions and emotional depths and all sorts of wonderful things. So I'm just really all about the moon. And I thought, why not bring this beautiful reading to you guys and just see what comes out? So if you're curious, feel free to, again, stick around and pick a pile. I think this is going to be a really fun one. Really insightful as well. I'm just getting that sensation. So Let's get into this. 3 gorgeous piles and coordinating crystals for you to choose from. I've also intentionally kept the cards facing downwards so that there is no hints into what your reading will foretell today. Pick strictly by either the pile number, the timestamp, or again, the crystal or card that is calling you most in terms of how it looks visually to you on your screen. For pile 1, we are going to be using this beautiful rose quartz. I love that light pink energy. Pile 2 is my personal favorite, which is the Chrysocolla. And pile 3 is the aura coated quartz crystal. Take a moment, select your pile, and I will meet you over there in a moment for your reading, where we're going to be taking a look at what Spirit has to say about what you should be releasing during this full moon. Hi, pile 1. So happy to have you here with me. You chose this rose quartz crystal, and your surprise card from the Moonology Manifestation Oracle deck is full moon in Gemini. Embrace the flow of life. So right off the bat, pile 1, I can tell you that what you're needing to release is resistance to needing to control or to structure every aspect and detail of what is going on in your physical life experience. I can definitely relate to this energy, so there is no judgment from me. However, when we try to micromanage or to really control or manipulate and guide outcomes into a certain direction, it really doesn't allow for, first of all, us to heed our intuition and what our highest good is calling to us to do, our higher selves on the path that we're meant to lead. It doesn't allow for us to kind of stay on track with that and aligned with the true path, the true plan that is meant for us. Of course, free will always exists, and so we have to heed those impulses, those intuitive and divine insights that present. And I'm not by any means indicating that you don't do that, but there are times I'm sensing where you really do literally resist embracing the flow of what is presenting or accepting and surrendering to what is. And again, it's important that we don't attempt to hold on too tightly to circumstances or to a desired outcome or expectation, because that doesn't just allow life to flow then freely in the way that it is meant to. So hopefully you can take that message in and have it resonate, and we'll also see how this ties into the rest of your reading. But I'm going to start with the tarot, and I'm using the same deck for everybody today, which I haven't done before. But this is the Lucine Tarot Midnight Edition, and I really enjoy this deck a lot. I also love that it is specifically a nighttime themed deck, with it being called midnight. So I thought that was perfect because, of course, the moon comes out and shines brightly at night. This is the perfect deck for this energy, where we're going to be taking a look at what else you're needing to release. Okay, so details surrounding, I'm thinking, this idea of release of resistance and like hyper focus on certain aspects of life and how they're going, and what can you do to handle them. I'm also getting a really strong message about it's not a need of always having to do something. So you're someone who very much ties success and favorable outcomes to work productivity or work output, what you put into it, the effort. The harder you work, the greater the reward is kind of something that I feel has been programmed for you into your life. And that's just simply not the case. That's not how the universe operates. Actually, quite the opposite. Free flowing once again, and just relaxing and releasing and easing into all that is actually what allows things to open up and flow directly to you a little bit more again, freely. So this is always going to be encouraged, I think, especially for someone who is operating in this energy, as it indicates that you are with this initial card. But let's go ahead and take a look, pile 1, at what else you need to be doing. What does Spirit have to say about what you can focus on for releasing for this full moon energy that we will be experiencing tonight? How can you make the most use of this energy? We have the World, so it's allowing things to end that need to end, pile 1. Embracing new beginnings, 8 of Cups. For some of you, this is also going to look like walking away from things. We have the High Priestess. This is, again, heeding that intuitive sense that I discussed in the beginning. So, again, it doesn't state that this isn't speaking to the idea that you have to completely lean always on just trusting. It seems like this abstract idea of feeling your way through everything. Eventually that is the goal. But it doesn't mean releasing all desires or goals that you have in mind, and not actively working towards them if you feel, again, guided to, if you have that divine impulse. But this is truly about releasing anything but those divine impulses and those natural sort of creative insights that you receive on how to guide yourself through life. So what our intuition really is our emotional guidance system that helps to enable us to know and to literally be guided on the right path, and to understand what are the right options to choose, what are the right decisions to make. It is imperative that we're in touch with our intuitive sense. And when we try to control things a little bit too much in the 3D, through our mindset, through our headspace, through our cerebral sort of energy, well, then we could be missing out on important messages and important, again, signs and synchronicities that could be presenting from spirit through our intuitive sense. We also have the 7 of Cups. Yeah, this is a strong energy here about, there's just a lot of like confusion. There's a lot of not seeing things entirely clearly, which of course is really, you've got a full moon card here. This is about clarity now. This is about the moon revealing what needs to be seen, coming out of the shadows and the darkness, and getting clear, no longer having that confusion. Clarified energies are always underneath. So we have the Tower for the world, definitely a needed ending. The moon, of course the moon came out, it has to, right? The 8 of Cups. This is illuminating a new path, a new way forward. We have the 4 of Cups for the High Priestess. And we have the Emperor with the 7 of Cups. Okay. This is about grounding, very much pile 1. So before I even get any oracle out on the table, again, the world. First of all, we have the world, we have the Tower, we have the moon, and the Emperor, and the High Priestess. So out of 8 cards, 5 of these are major arcana. These are major themes, major and significant aspects of what you're needing to be focusing on right now that are coming forward from spirit. The world, again, is a very strong sensation of an ending needing to take place, a conclusion, a natural completion to something in your life. I think that this is going to be very unsettling to you, or the idea of really closing out this final chapter with a person or with a certain way of living is scary for you, quite frankly. It's unknown. It is challenging to consider the other options, perhaps, and your judgment is clouded by that with the 7 of Cups and the Emperor. But what's being asked of you here to release is that sense of confusion, to ground your thoughts and your desires that you're feeling, to kind of see through the murkiness, the shadowy energy, the haziness of illusion, and to really get clear on what is needed in order to move forward. And again, I think what that ultimately relates to is this sort of an ending and a walking away or a stepping away onto a new path. That's what's coming for you, I think, above all, especially with the moon clarifying this 8 of Cups. This is an inward journey here. It is, again, kind of leaning more into intuition, trusting spirit, trusting this energy that you feel flowing through you at all times, that you don't necessarily can always directly connect with or connect with clearly. I feel like with this 7 of Cups energy especially, it represents emotion. So there's a lot of emotional depth here, or a lot of misfiring that is as a result of this emotional depth or this emotional reactivity that you sometimes keep yourself in a state of. What that looks like is not always fully understanding if something is genuine intuition, or if it's, again, that impulse strictly due to emotional overload, overwhelm, or just a highly sensitive nature. Again, there's something really sort of ungrounded about the way that you're viewing things right now, or the way that you're perceiving and approaching certain circumstances and aspects of your life. And the Emperor is really calling on you to ground and stabilize those energies, and gain, a control, I guess, a better management of your emotions. That's in stark contrast to what I said in the beginning, which is to release control and allow the flow of life. But in order to release control, over circumstances and to kind of clear that headspace, it's important to gain a handle on your emotions and put control. And I'm going to actually redefine that and say mastery over your emotions, so that you actually can interpret more clearly, again, that intuitive impression that is constantly coming through to guide you. Right now, when you're so stuck in one frame of mind and everything else is clouded, it's impossible for you to be able to, again, feel into that energy. Everything is sort of like, it feels like helter-skelter or helter-skelter, whatever the phrasing is. It feels chaotic for me. The High Priestess energy is, again, another sentiment echoing back to this idea of needing to really tap in and feel that spiritual power. You know, it's clarified by the Four of Cups, and this tells me directly that you are resisting a lot of that intuitive sense, those impressions, that guidance from spirit that is coming to you about you know, this ending, this new beginning, this moving on from something. So what you're needing to release is not only just whatever this is that needs to end, but it's needing to kind of come back to self, come back to center, and stop resisting, you know, what your higher self is trying to communicate to you, which is coming through your intuition. Let's pull some oracle now. I want to get some oracle on the table and see what else spirit has to say about what it is you're needing to release. What does pile 1 need to release during this full moon energy, this full moon cycle? Into me, I see, again, really needing to kind of step back into trusting and believing, you know, what is coming and sourced from within you. You can trust yourself. You really can. You can see clearly. You just have to feel that. You have to feel into it, flow with it, and, you know, above all, surrender and trust it. And we have imperfect harmony. I think this is honestly about recognizing it's a number 11, a very divine number. That to me speaks to, again, signs. They may come through actually with music for you. But what it's speaking to for me is understanding and accepting that, you know, everything happens in divine order, and we only get as much as what we're ready for, and everything is unfolding in that perfect divine timing. It is going to come to you, pile 1, when you're ready for it to. In perfect harmony means everything in perfect synchronistic energy. So truly like alignment, full alignment with the life plan and with your life. The universe has your back and everything is always working out for you. You have to really believe and trust this. Even though it may not appear so, or even though you can't see, you know, everything ahead of you, the High Priestess energy also represents this idea of the universe sort of having all of the answers, but locking away sort of that information that you're not yet privy to or aware of. It's outside of your conscious reality. It represents this idea of mystery or mysticism, but it's definitely all happening according to the timing that it needs to be, and everything is as it should be right now. That's a really strong message for you. Let's pull some from the Oracle, the Rose Oracle rather. What does pile 1 need to release here during this full moon energy? We have Lineage of the Rose, moved by the goddess, here for this, soul call and gather. And Temple of the Rose, ancient power, expression, activation, and scarlet codes. Ancient power and expression, again, to me, is about that authentic living in the truth of who you are, which is this really divine being that's super connected to source. You are in fact source energy, and you really can tap in and access this infinite wisdom and power that you possess, that you are derived from, and that you have and house, you know, hold within you, your higher self. Again, what's trying to speak to you and come through. It's just a releasing of that resistance, of allowing that to really come through. Embracing the flow of life as I can see it here is also embracing, again, life as it presents, the messages that come forth as they present, and just trusting that everything that is unfolding as it does is happening for you in the right context and timing. Lineage of the Rose, moved by the goddess, here for this soul call and gather. Soul call to me is, again, stepping into that divine power. You are a super powerful person, pile 1. I can sense that you probably have some level of either psychism or really like strong spiritual attunement. You really are in touch with source at a deeper level. And so this is, you know, you may have gotten slightly off track or are just in a time of a little bit of upheaval where you can't necessarily see clearly. Remember, we do have that tower energy where you're kind of feeling a little bit like, you know, the sky could be falling, you're on the edge or the precipice of major change, which is scary. That could be also clouding judgment and intuition. But just know and remember who you are and how good you are at connecting to source, and that you can release all of this fear or this frustration and this need and this urge that you have to always control kind of in the earthly 3D realm. You really can trust and leave it up to spirit to allow things to come forward and flow to you in the way that they need to. So I want to get some guidance from two separate decks for you. The first is the Sacred Creators Oracle by Chris Ann. This is just a perfect deck for speaking to you in a very casual but gentle and soft way. What is the guidance for pile 1 related to what they need to release during this full moon cycle? Changes. Yep, allow the changes as they come. There is change on the horizon indicated for you. Your soul shines. That's your intuition. Rise. So expand. Rise up to meet yourself where it's trying to reach you, pile 1. And we have feed your artist. We had that in reverse. So for me, the idea of artistry relates back to creativity. It also relates back to the number 3 in tarot, represents creativity and abundance. That's Empress energy. I really just don't think that you're really allowing the flow of, again, all things that are ready to come to you, because you're resisting and you're holding on too tightly either to what was or what you think it should be and what it isn't right now. And you're actually impacting and affecting and in some cases holding up the outcome. And that's a frustrating energy. We also have some guidance from the Guiding Light Oracle, very aptly named. I love this Oracle deck, or guidance deck, whatever you'd like to refer to this as. What is the guidance for pile 1, please? What do they need to release and heal during this full moon energy? You are worthy. It is time to stop feeling unworthy, unloved, and undeserving. So I really think that that could be part of what keeps you stuck in a loop and not making changes, or not feeling empowered enough to embrace change and a new way of living. Trusting that intuitive sense that you possess. Onward and upward. Let go of the past so you can be present and create the future you desire. Exactly. And divine intervention. Get ready for a miracle. You are in the midst of a divine intervention. Card 28. This is just like, that's my favorite number. Really, really loving all of the purple as well throughout this. Look at this. Purple, 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 purple. Of course, the sign color of the crown chakra. So this is spiritual enlightenment, expansion. There's a huge upgrade awaiting you, and you can really tap into that and really manifest, bring about those beautiful activations, as it indicates here in this Temple of the Rose energy, through this full moon that's going to be taking place this evening. This is really, really exciting. I want one clarifier for you about this divine intervention. What is about to come through for pile 1 in this divine intervention? So the Knight of Wands, something is going to be picking up speed, picking up movement, and flowing to you very, very easily, pile 1. The Empress, look at that. Look at that. Oh my goodness. And the Page of Pentacles. So there is going to be some kind of an offer coming in for you that's going to look different for everybody. It is the Wheel of Fortune energy presenting on the bottom. So with the Empress, Wheel of Fortune, this Pentacles, this Knight of Wands, this is like very, very good news. It could be very fortuitous time coming up for you. It could be big changes in the material realm. It could be an offer of something that is just fated, feels like destined good luck. Get some more information if we can. The Ace of Swords, could be some communication coming in that you've been waiting on. And Temperance, this is going to restore balance. What is the nature of this communication? Had a bunch of cards fall out. Let's just go ahead and get 1 or 2. What is the nature of this communication? We have the King of Cups. And we have the 8 of Wands. So this could be, you know, communication coming for a lot of you from a love interest, or from somebody who has just something, a really emotionally deep message to share, maybe some guidance and support for you, if not something, again, that just feels really abundant and beautiful in nature. This is going to look, again, different for everybody, but pile 1, the main thing that you need to remember is, once again, Don't block the flow of all of this abundance and beauty that is on its way to you. The changes are coming, whether you like them or not. It's best to embrace them because you just have to trust. You have to trust that the universe has your back. It's looking out for you, and everything that is being orchestrated right now behind the scenes that you may not be seeing or aware of doesn't have to be scary. You don't have to resist those changes with that tower energy. Let the tower fall where it may. Trust that everything is going to work out in your favor. We have these beautiful abundant energies to speak to that, and make use of this full moon energy and embrace that flow of life. I think that's a really beautiful message to begin and end on, and kind of circle back with all of this. It just comes down to the easiest job of all, which is relaxing into what is. So pile one, I so hope that you've enjoyed this reading. If it has been something that has helped you, brought you some clarity, I would love for you to once again consider supporting this channel by subscribing or sharing this content with others that you may feel would benefit and enjoy these messages. Feel free to also peruse my playlist I have here on YouTube of other full in-depth pick a card readings, or find me over on TikTok, where I am doing shorter versions of readings. They're about 1 to 3 minutes each as Midwest Psychic. Really fun, different energy over in that space. It's all been a great learning curve and a great experience starting over on that platform. Also, private readings, again, those are available as well. All of the information about how to book one of those services with me is available in the description box and in the comment down below. As always, I am sending you so much loving, abundant energy. I hope you take great care until we see each other again. And in the meantime, enjoy this full moon. Bye-bye. Pile 2, hello. You chose Chrysocolla, gorgeous. And your card from Moonology Manifestation Oracle is the first quarter moon in Sagittarius, believe in your good luck. So pile 2, right away I can say that what you're needing to release are any bits of negativity and limiting beliefs about the capacity that you have to manifest abundance. I can definitely identify with this energy. It's difficult when we've dealt with a life full of contrast, full of a lot of conditioning or programming from others that help to frame our point of reference, that makes us think that things are always going to be as perhaps they've always been. Maybe you've experienced a lot of difficulty in your life thus far. But it doesn't always have to be that way. You can tell a different story, and you can begin a new chapter of your life at any time. So we're going to see how this relates to the rest of your reading. I am using the same tarot deck for all piles today, but they have been thoroughly shuffled in between readings. I'm using the Lucine Tarot Midnight Edition. I chose it because of the fact that it's a nighttime themed deck, and the moon, of course, full moon energy that occurs, of which we are focusing on today, happens at night. So it's just a nice little nod to that energy. I like to do fun, kitschy stuff like that. And we are, as the title concludes and alludes to, is looking at this beautiful full moon energy and what you can release and heal from during this full moon that will be occurring this evening. This is a beautiful lunar event that happens once a month. Of course, this month that we're in currently, when this is first being uploaded, is the month of, you know, symbolic of freedom and independence and releasing and healing. This is what I've been focusing on. If you live in the US, we had a very important holiday that kind of centers around those ideals as well. And I just thought this would be a great reading. I actually brought forth first a smaller reading, a miniature or condensed and abridged version over on TikTok, as well as a different but similar version on YouTube in a shorts video. And they both turned out so well and different that I'm like, why not make this a full-blown reading? So yeah, we're gonna monopolize on this beautiful, again, full moon energy and give you guys a full reading on what you can focus on with this full moon, where you need to direct your attention and energy for releasing during this next full moon, and you know how you can just make the most use of it to help manifest some better things. We can always use a bit of help with that, right? Pile 2, let's get some further detail expanding upon this energy of believing in your good luck. What does pile 2 need to release during this next full moon? What do they need to focus on with releasing? We have the Knight of Wands coming out first, the King of Cups, the Sun, so beautiful. I really love that. And the Nine of Wands energy coming out for you. Clarifiers for me are always going to be beneath the main cards that come out. We have the Two of Pentacles for the Knight of Wands. There's also Transmute, which is a card unique to this deck that came out with that. We have the Queen of Swords for the King of Cups. The Two of Swords for the Sun. And the Lovers for the Nine of Wands. Okay. And like a clarifier for the Lovers, please. The Chariot. Okay. This is about trusting yourself, trusting your own decision making, knowing you're on a divine path, and that at any time, first of all, you don't have to be afraid of trusting in yourself and trusting your life plan, and knowing that everything is moving smoothly forward, even if it doesn't feel like it. The Knight of Wands is about impulsivity to me, and it also speaks to really fast-paced, fast-moving energy, almost to the point of like I'm getting a sense of derailment. Like things are moving too quickly. I'm running out of time. I'm feeling like things are not in my control. They're disorganized or they're chaotic. Of course, it's clarified here by the Two of Pentacles, which is a reference to trying to regain a sense of balance and stability during a period of imbalance and instability. It's also coming in with the card Transmute. And this card is specific in this deck to speaking to literally transmutation. So the idea of transcending and sort of turning negativity, contrasting energy into something positive, into that energy that can be used to regain this sense of balance, to regain control over perhaps life circumstances that haven't gone very well for you previously or historically speaking. We also have the King of Cups here with the Queen of Swords, and instantly to me this struck me as needing to focus more on also balance and mastery over emotion. So the Queen of Swords is a very contrasting energy to the King of Cups. The King of Cups is very reserved emotionally, but they feel a lot. There's a lot of depth there. The Queen of Swords is someone who can be viewed as very cold and very emotionally guarded, and if not, a bit cynical, judgmental, or bitter. I see this more as wanting to come in with a lot of sort of analytical vibes to approaching situations, wanting to always kind of default to your mind's frame of mind, or that didn't make any sense, your mind space, your head space, your mindset energy. What am I trying to get at here? Essentially, you're thinking too much and not feeling enough. The kings in all of the suits are always going to represent, again, the mastery or the highest and most evolved element or energy of that particular suit, what's embodied in that suit. So for it to be Cups energy, this is about mastery and sort of management of emotions and approaching things with a more necessarily measured, but also open, receptive, and open sort of a sensitivity to life. This could be to intuition. This could be to just allowing yourself to feel the full range of emotions that you feel as you're going through different experiences. Again, feeling into your intuitive sense, trusting yourself. I get a lot of like kind of self-depreciating energy. So somebody who maybe beats themselves up a lot when they do make mistakes, someone who doesn't trust themselves inherently, someone who maybe does not take criticisms well. This could also result in this kind of Queen of Swords energy. Again, that natural default into something that's a little bit more cold, restrained, distant, not emotionally expressive or trusting. We have the Sun here, which is about clarity. It's clarified by the Two of Swords. This is like lack of clarity, confusion, inability to make decisions and see the right path and the right way forward. What you need to release is that confusion. The energy that's waiting to come forward and unfold for you is complete and total clarity, as well as joy and happiness. The Sun kind of encompasses, for me, pile two, all of these wonderful attributes of enlightenment and awareness and awakening. It's just a beautiful aligned energy. It's an energy of alignment. And when we're in alignment, everything flows beautifully. We feel better, we look better, we experience better things in our lives. Things flow easily to us. We have better interactions. We receive better things, more abundant, beautiful manifestations. So this is the energy that wants to come through, that if you release, this is what can happen for you. But right now it's really being blocked out. Again, especially in the mental capacity is what I'm getting. The Nine of Wands, once again, with the Lovers, is about not having to be so hesitant and more about trusting and feeling into situations. Again, having that strong sense of that emotional guidance system from within, that intuitive sense. Normally the Queen of Cups would be a lot more speaking to the intuitive sort of energy. But in this case, the King, again, I'm seeing the King as the mastery of sort of that suit representing emotion and intuition and sensitivity and perceptibility. That's really where you're kind of lacking at this point. I think so many things have happened to you, pile 2, and you've had kind of such a cluster of contrast of maybe a snowball effect of a lot of things happening to you, things that felt beyond your control or that you were judged for, perhaps not supported well in, made to feel like you've made wrong decisions or that you haven't, taken the right steps on your path. But with this Chariot energy, which is so, so beautiful, it's a reminder that, again, believe in your good luck, believe in the divine path that you are on, that everything is working out for you, and you don't have to, again, be afraid. You don't have to be hesitant or insecure about absolutely anything. You can open yourself up and really feel into and flow with this beautiful, abundant energy that's waiting to come, again, with that sun presenting. So let's get some oracle cards here out on the table. I'll help to get some more further information for you, pile 2, on what you can focus on releasing. This full moon is coming in a few hours. Let's get you this beautiful information. And if you happen to catch this reading at another time, it's timeless, of course. So the next full moon from the time that you're seeing this will be what you can sort of utilize these energies to your advantage for, speaking to your personal circumstances and energy at the time you're catching this reading. It's just we're making use of the full moon that we are recording at this time that's going to be coming. We have the land between. Again, I feel like this is sort of the bridge, bridging the gap between what was, what is, or what will be, kind of like that in-between space where there's a lot of hesitance and yet there's so much abundance here. Look at how this could look very scary, but there's bridges, there's pathways on both sides. Everything is as it needs to be, and everything is safe and secure and right with the world. Everything is just fine. I never even checked if these were looking straight for you guys, but they are for the most part, so that's beautiful. Good. So the land between, again, trusting. And look at how the sun is peeking out there in between all of those clouds, in between that scary space of the unknown, kind of like what belies this energy? I'm unsure. Well, the sun is there. And let it go. So let go of the fear. Let go of the need to constrict and control and resist. And the beautiful abundance of that shape of this heart and those beautiful hummingbirds that are tied together. Look at how that beautiful energy of that string kind of links them and connects them. I think of just the idea of beautiful harmony, and that constant connection, that flow of divine insight that we always possess if we link up with our intuition, if we get in touch with our emotions and we begin to trust, and we trust at a higher level, trust in the infinite wisdom that is always with us, rather than anything we're perceiving in the 3D. A few cards from the Rose Oracle deck as well. Oh, we already have a jumper. We have the bloom. Creations realized, right time, harvest, celebrate. So the time is coming for you. I definitely feel that, pile 2, but you've got to start leaning into surrender of these energies. The child within, inner mother, innocence, gentleness, and tenderness. For some of you, there's definitely indications here that, there could be like a cold mother or female energy in your life that's very judgmental of you, or people who, again, as I said, have not necessarily supported you, supported your decision making, supported even your personal growth as you've made, missteps perhaps, and learned and had contrast. I don't think that you've been really encouraged to trust yourself. And this is the child within is all about stepping back into the innocence of youth, of your childhood, perhaps when you started to first begin to receive a lot of this programming about not believing things could be different. Again, kind of falling into sort of even the social stigmatization that others in your family circle or in your immediate, life experience have sort of transferred onto you or influenced you with. This is kind of heeding that inner child and reparenting yourself, trusting yourself and beginning again, you know, with this newness, again, this sense of like childlike wonder and creativity, this energy that's closer to source. You know, children are the closest beings to source because they haven't been here as long. They are very new energy that's incarnated. And this is about, again, stepping back into that energy, so that you can bloom, you know, at the beginning again. The child within is about nurturing that inner child, the inner child that maybe didn't receive everything that they needed in order to be a fully bloomed and functioning adult that's capable of, you know, having a well-expanded, abundant lifestyle, feeling aligned at this point in your life now. But you can change all of that by, again, you know, going within and, you know, sort of speaking to and encouraging that child within yourself that maybe didn't receive all of that support back when it was needed initially. So, is there anything else that we need to know for pile 2 before we get to guidance? Anything else pile 2 needs to know? What do they need to release? The 2 of Wands, yeah, indecision, or feeling like any choice you make isn't the right one. The Page of Pentacles, feeling not good enough. Also being okay with your lack of expertise. It feels like you feel like you should be much farther in life, and that's okay. But, you know, again, trust that we're always where we need to be. Everything is happening according to when it should be. The 8 of Cups and the Tower. Both of these actually did come out in pile 1, but otherwise these are pretty different energies. I feel like when you step away from certain either individuals or situations and really begin the next leg of your journey, remember we also had the Chariot out, another representation of a journey. This is really going to change your life and transform it for the better. But you have to be content and secure in moving forward and in the decisions that you make to do that. And then again, just trusting whatever energy that you presently sit in, and that knowing that that inherently is enough in order to get you through, and you can trust yourself. So let's get some guidance from 2 different decks here. I have the Sacred Creators Oracle first and foremost. I absolutely love this energy that's imparted in this deck by Chrysan. It's very gentle and soft and encouraging. What is the guidance for pile 2, please? Create greater alchemy. The sacred flow of yes. So yes, making decisions, choosing to just make choices, line up with them, and allow them to flow. Greater alchemy also, again, about bridging the gap between 2 separate things, merging them together into something new. Your past can still support you in the future, but, you know, cozy up with risk. It's important to make steps and strides towards the future and just be okay with whatever happens, with the outcomes. Just no longer allow fear to hold you back. Trust and believe in your good luck. Yep. Ambush your fear with your ferocious dream. You have a lot of big ideals, a lot of big things that are ready to come forward for you, pile 2, and you just really have to step into the knowing that they can happen for you and not feel afraid or insecure, because they are ready. They're right on the precipice of occurring, but there's going to be a little bit of effort required on your part. Focused intention, it feels like. Let's get some practical guidance if we can, related to that from the Guiding Light Oracle. What is the practical sort of guidance, if we can get that, please, Spirit, for pile 2? Reach for the stars. You have barely scratched the surface. You have unlimited potential, and you are getting ready to experience this firsthand. That's beautiful. Thank your lucky stars. So much stuff about the stars, so much energy about stars in the universe. As you begin to count your blessings, more and more blessings will come. That's the energy of appreciation. That's something you can definitely do. And freedom of choice. Your choices are yours to make. Don't allow others to make your choices for you. Exactly. You need to do what you need to do for you and only you, pile 2, and trust those decisions. Reach for the stars. Reach for that energy that, you know, calls to you. Believe that it's possible. Don't allow anyone to detract or take away from those beautiful ambitions that you have, and just know that you have the freedom at any time to turn things around. You're very lucky. You're very blessed. Focus on all the ways in which your life has already worked out for you, despite perhaps some of the setbacks, and just know that, you know, moving forward, it can continue to look very abundant, very beautiful. So pile 2, I hope that you've enjoyed this reading, that it's brought you some great clarity as we head into this full moon tonight. Be sure to set your intentions for this reading, as well as just whatever your personal goals and desires are for what you can be releasing as you move forward in these current energies. If you have enjoyed this reading, I implore you to please consider subscribing. That really, really helps my channel. It's a great energy exchange as well for the free tarot you've received today. If you also would like to support me further, there are many ways to do so. Sharing this content with someone else that you feel may benefit or would enjoy hearing this content would be wonderful. These messages are for everyone. Whoever can take something of value away from them, I would hope to reach everybody who would like to hear these. And so you can help directly do that by sharing them with friends, family, and anyone else you know who would like them. I also am over, as I said, on TikTok in my intro, Midwest Psychic. I'm doing a lot of different material and content over in that social space as well. I never regurgitate or repeat any material that I create, any readings that I do. So if you want some further content from me, either here, you can go ahead and look and peruse through my playlist I have available on YouTube for other full in-depth pick-a-card readings, or again, head over to TikTok where they're shorter, between 1 and 3 minute readings. Super, super fun environment, very different energy in the collective over there. So it's a good, fun time. And as well, as I said, I'm available for private readings if you want to take a deeper look into your own personal energy. I'm available for that as well. All of the information about how to book a service is available in both the description box and in a comment down below. Until next time, I hope to see you again, Pile 2. I am sending you so much loving, abundant energy. I hope you take great care and that you enjoy this full moon that we'll be having this evening. Until next time, bye-bye, Pile 2. Hey, Pile 3, happy to have you here. You chose the Aura-Coated Quartz. This is a beautiful kind of rainbow kaleidoscope crystal. Gorgeous complement to this Moonology manifestation deck. And the hidden underlying energy you chose today is last quarter moon in Capricorn, leave the past behind. So as I stated in my intro, as well as in the title, you can clearly see this reading today is focusing on what you can be releasing during this full moon energy we're going to be experiencing actually today, this evening, of the time of this recording. And this is a beautiful energy, and actually what we all should be focusing on is releasing anything that no longer serves us. Full moon energy is perfect for releasing, healing, letting go of what no longer serves, and really opening ourselves up to the ability to manifest greater abundance and just beautiful, good things in life. So leaving the past behind is a very significant theme for you and for this reading. Of course, we'll see how that relates to the rest of the cards we pull. But what I'm getting here for you, Pile 3, is there is a particular set of circumstances. It doesn't feel like just one. It feels like in several areas of your life where you're just having trouble fully letting go. In some cases, that looks like an actual complete conclusion, releasing a person, releasing something that no longer serves you, a situation even. Whatever this is, it feels like there's some sort of guilt or just sadness associated with that, which makes sense, right? That's common sense that we would be a little bit feeling emotionally sensitive or upset about having to end something, let something go. But what I'm hearing is that you've actually been kind of heeding these messages coming through for you for quite a while that are urging you to do just that, and yet you're not taking the action to actually follow through and do it. Look at how this person, very small on this plane, on this landscape, is seeing this huge moon. I mean, imagine if the moon really looked like that. It's insanely big. It's like this is right in your face. You've been getting all of these huge signs and synchronicities saying, you know, it's time to move forward. It's time to release and heal, to let the past be the past, move forward onto better things, you know, and yet again, it's like just a standstill. You're not taking that action. You're not feeling perhaps strong enough or empowered enough to really move forward and to release and let these things go permanently. They feel like such an integral part of you in some instances. If it's a person or a situation, it feels like it's very almost imprinted and embedded in the core of your soul. It feels like something that you are very tied to, that you just feel like is a part of you that you're having trouble, again, letting go of. So let's see how that relates to the rest of this reading. I am using the Lucine Tarot Midnight Edition today, a beautiful deck. I even just noticed this. It has all of the moon phases and sequences on the back. This is just a lovely moon energy deck. I didn't even realize that when I chose it. I picked it actually because it's called the Midnight Edition, and I figured, you know, the moon comes out at night. We'll experience this full moon when it's evening time, And so why not use it? I love little kitschy things like that. But they've been shuffled well in between readings, and I have to say that piles 1 and 2 were excellent. Let's hope the same for you, pile 3, and get some more information for you on what you can focus on releasing, this energy related to the past, moving forward. That's echoed here in this energy of the oracle. What can pile 3 focus on, or what information do you have for pile 3, please, on what they can focus on to release during this full moon? The Knight of Wands, if you can believe it, this is the first card out for pile 2. We have the Six of Cups. So again, soulmate energy, perhaps energy of the past, very strong coming through. I'm not surprised. We have the Nine of Cups, as well as the Five of Cups. This is things not turning out as you wanted them to, and kind of making peace with that and then letting it go. And I know that's really hard and easier said than done, but I'm just the conduit. I'm just the messenger. I don't necessarily claim to be relaying things you don't already know. The Chariot is the clarifier for the Knight of Wands, so this is moving forward, as I said. Look at all the butterflies in that card as well. Butterflies are a symbol of transformation. They're in touch with spirit energy, so that could be a personal symbol or sign for you. We have the Two of Pentacles for the Six of Cups, the Three of Cups for the Nine of Cups. Yeah, this is beautiful energy. And the Five of Swords for the Five of Cups. So several fives indicated here, which is, of course, signifying challenge, struggle, change needed. There's a lot of difficulty here. There's disappointed energy. There's the energy of perhaps actual arguments or just some sort of, you know, the Five of Swords is often an energy that they describe as where nobody wins, you know, like somebody's coming out on top, but to what cost? You know, it's like nothing is going well in whatever this situation entails that's from the past. This is something that, again, it's been dragging on, it feels like, for quite some time, that doesn't need to be sort of still a part of your life experience, and yet you're not choosing yet at this point to move forward from it. That's very much the need for release in these cards, if that isn't clear. We have the Knight of Wands, which is forward momentum. And again, I'm really drawn to these butterflies, these beautiful energies that symbolize, you know, that even in the rapidness or the quickness where it may feel like I'm just not ready, this is not the time yet, I don't know if I've given it my all or if there's more I can do still. This is just saying, like, change is needed and it's time for change, and you can trust that. You can trust the beauty in this situation, and even, you know, in the surrendering of accepting that maybe this situation no longer serves you, and your best, you know, your best, well, I guess your best move forward, your best and highest path is one away from this situation or person. The Chariot, your divinely guided pile 3. You have to really trust and believe in this and know. And I think you do. And I think that maybe you've even attempted this. Like, this is a very impulsive energy. The Knight of Wands I read slightly differently, but a little similar in pile 2 to the extent of this element of, again, rapidness and impulsiveness and quick movement. For you, it feels like it could be cycling. It could be cycling, or it could be sort of, you know, the Chariot is a forward momentum, but it's at some level at times it can represent and speak to the idea of actually not, you know, moving forward and flowing with the divine plan. And I would just see the Knight of Wands as sort of a chaotic, misplaced energy of somebody who maybe is doing things impulsively, or who is, you know, sort of changing with the wind quite often and not really fully, you know, moving forward with this Chariot energy. Even as you feel it and as you begin to flow with it, then there's like that resistance again, or that quick, swift change to something else. The Six of Cups here, again, this reference to the past, clarified with the Two of Pentacles. This is just being, you know, not in a stable energy in the past with regard to this situation. And that's a big part of why it doesn't serve you any longer. I think you can feel that. You can feel that it's not aligned, that it's not balanced, that it's very precarious. It's kind of teetering on edge. And it just doesn't feel the way it did, you know, the way it used to, or it doesn't feel like it's right anymore. It's what I'm really honestly getting, is that at a very real level, you understand that it is time to leave the past behind, and that this person, this energy, this situation no longer is meant for you. It's not meant for you right now. And there's just, again, that little bit of resistance. at the forefront of everything, the Nine of Cups, clarified by the Three of Cups, is about choosing happiness, choosing joy. And I don't think the happiness is occurring in these energies anymore, these energies of the past or of the current dynamic. And again, that idea of cycling or sort of teetering back and forth, I don't think that's where your joy can be found, pile 3. I feel so bad saying this because I think a big part of your dream for a very long time involved this situation, whatever this may be. And I think, you can sort of convince yourself for a moment again that it can return to the way it felt before, that maybe there's still hope and potential. And, well, I am happy. I'm happy as long as I'm involved with this situation, or as long as this is a part of my life experience. And yet I don't feel that to be authentic. I don't feel that to be the true case. And sort of, again, a misaligned or misguided perception of the situation. Remember that what belies everything is a lot of constant, or if not constant, it feels pretty consistent is what I'll say. Consistent disappointment, loss, difficult energies, just things not flowing, again, not aligned, not balanced, and not freely feeling as good as they once did. And when that's the case, we just have to navigate away from anything that doesn't serve us any longer. We'll know that by, again, how we feel about it and what it brings to our life. And if we're not feeling all of that great, beautiful, positive, amazing energy that we once did, well, then that's a very clear indicator that it is time to move forward. So let's get some Oracle out on the table for you, pile 3, and see what specifically the Oracle has to say. This is the Oracle of the 7 Energies by Colette Baron Reid. Opening to discovery. So what I love about this is this shows the shape of a keyhole, and there's a key right beneath it, and all of the star power, all of the star energy, this energy again of the divinity, the divine nature of source and of all that is, and how you have access to all of these beautiful points of abundance and light and just dreams coming true. It's all through this door, though, through this open portal or doorway, this key that unlocks everything. The other side of that door is your enjoyment and fulfillment, your happiness. You have to be open to it, though. You have to be open to something new. And we have the Rose's Kiss. Now, this is an interesting one, and I'm not getting a whole lot from that aside from just, again, opening and blossoming. I want to get some information. It's a number 9, so it's definitely an independent energy about kind of maybe going forward solo and taking that ability to just embrace the sweetness of life, even if it's on an individual level. You are on your own individual path, pile 3, and you have to embrace that journey. But I do want to get some more information from the book on that. So the Rose's Kiss, I can't even begin to imagine what that actually is according to the book. But let's take a peek and see. So the Rose's Kiss says, it's joy, experiencing pleasure, deep satisfaction and enjoyment, desires acknowledged, 5 sensory reality. Take a deep breath and center on the feeling of joy. Can you allow your senses to awaken and connect with your innate desire to experience all life has to offer? Pleasure is part of life. Let yourself surrender to it today. Our modern times often present a false ideal of how we are meant to experience the world. Connections are lost and distorted by our over-reliance on technology. Just look around and see how few people actually maintain eye contact or engage in conversation. Instead of tapping away at a screen, pause and consider how you can make more intimate contact. Connecting with nature, enjoying the sensual pleasures of sex, and or being aware of the sensations of taste, touch, smell, sight, and sound may be important right now. How do your sheets feel? Can you reach out and feel the heat and softness of your companion animal nestled beside you? Be present to another person. See them and let yourself be seen. Your 5 senses are aching to be engaged right now. This is an invitation to get out of your head and into your body. You may be a spiritual and intelligent being, but right now the emphasis should be on having a sensory experience. This is a sacred part of this gift of life. By being present to the sensual world, you invite an even deeper spiritual experience. Amazing, isn't it? Perhaps it really is time to stop and kiss the roses. This relates to again, I felt being in the present moment, blossoming, but I feel it independently. This is about connection, certainly. It does indicate being in your physical form and experiencing all life has to offer. But again, I'm really drawn to that 9 energy. And it does say in the description that this could even be connection to a companion animal or to nature. This is just really kind of absorbing and feeling into things with your 5 senses, your 5 3D senses, just as much as you're tuned into intuition. And remember, we said intuition is really guiding you sort of in one direction. And I really think that that's something that it's almost like you feel like you're all in on one end. So in this physical experience, in this physical reality, and then you're not open so much to the rest. Look at how this is a physical landscape, the mountain indicative of earth energy, the 3D. And then this almost spirit-like window of opportunity coming forth from that. You know, you can have physical experiences and experience and enjoy that physical life and all it has to offer, but also step into and heed your intuitive sense. It feels like there's a disparity and sort of, again, a lack of balance with being able to manage those 2 aspects of life. From the Rose Oracle by Rebecca Campbell, let's get a few more. Ooh. We have some falling out. And we have 3, which I'll take all 3. Sophia, divine plan, wisdom, intelligence within, and destiny. You know, so again, trusting the divine plan, feeling into that infinite wisdom within. You are a very both intelligent as well as, you know, intelligent and grounded, like in an earthly air-like quality, like very smart, mentally astute. You could be an air sign, but also very, you know, spiritually intelligent as well. And then we have the Holy Grail, stop the endless searching, inner quest. This for me feels like cycling. The inner quest is, again, stepping into that independent energy and not so much the endless cycling with this situation or the endless searching for something that has proven not to be, that there's nothing there for you anymore. Again, letting the past go. You've kind of explored that landscape. And then we have Mother Rose, returning to each other, compassion and humanity. So I'm going to get a clarifier for this one. I want to know exactly what this relates to. Returning to each other, compassion and humanity. Brothers of the Rose, sacred masculine, honor, protection, and support. There could definitely be a soulmate energy here, a divine masculine counterpart that you are concerned about, or that you know, are stepping away from or concerned about stepping away from. But I want you to know and understand that if it's meant to be, and only you will know that, there will be a return to each other regardless. We're dealing with current energies and what needs to happen at this point in time right now for you, pile 3, to transcend and to ascend and up-level your life experience. What needs to be released right now is the past, perhaps is this person, or is the current cycle of energy that you guys keep, you know, having flow between you, which is sort of stagnating. It's not elevating to a higher level. It's not becoming something more expansive. And in that case, there's a need to, again, step out onto your own, open to discovery, maybe open to a divine masculine of someone, you know, somebody else that you're not yet connected to, open to those other options. So let's go ahead and get some guidance for you, pile 3, on how you can best manage these energies, perhaps practically as well. I'm using first the Sacred Creators Oracle by Chris Ann. This is just such a gentle deck, presents really beautiful, soft messages of encouragement, really inspirational words. The edge of evolution feels messy. So, you know, things, like I said, may feel turbulent or feel a little out of control or imbalanced and stable. That's okay. You can still flow with it. Follow through. Yep, follow through. Don't keep cycling back. Follow through with what your intuition is guiding you to do, which is right there. Soul on fire. You have to do what lights you up, what makes you feel happiness. That's coming up over that 9 of Cups and 3 of Cups. So literally dreams coming true and manifestation, happiness, joyful energy. Shift the way to new potential. So shift is changes. It's, you know, moving beyond limitation. It's embracing the new, allowing there to be a new story that can unfold for you. Ooh, we have one more coming off the top. Let's see what this is. Raw intention. I love that. So raw intention for me is about just pure unadulterated desire and allowing that to lead you to wherever it is you are meant to go, and not allowing anything to get in the way of that, and just purely having it be about your happiness and joy. What else for what pile 3 needs to release, please, Spirit? We have spiritual practice. Making time for your spiritual practice will assist you with clearing your mind and restoring your inner peace. So there's definitely some inner work indicated here for you. Practical energy you can take. Wishing on a star. It is time for you to dream again. Go ahead, make a wish. It just might come true. So again, tell a new story. It doesn't ever have to be the end of something. It can cycle back around, certainly, or it can turn into something brand new. But you can't ever stop wishing and dreaming and setting, again, that raw intent, allowing those things to unfold for you. Basically setting the desire and putting that out into the universe, and then allowing the universe to make it work for you. And then there you are, divine timing. What you are working on now is divinely guided. So as you step more into your inner work and connecting with spirit once again, it's going to allow for those dreams to really happen. It's going to happen in divine timing. So just trust, but just go with the flow of what needs to happen right now. Again, these are current energies, pile 3. This is just what needs to be released, what you can focus on for this full moon energy that you are catching at the time you're watching this video. If it's not at the time it's first uploaded, it's still timeless. It will just apply to whatever next full moon is coming for you at the time you are finding the video. If you have enjoyed this reading and it's brought you some clarity, helped you in some capacity, I would certainly love for you to decide to stick around and subscribe. That way you can always make your way back to my videos. And also feel free to share this reading with others that you may believe could enjoy and benefit from these messages that have been brought forth today. That's a wonderful, even energy exchange for the free tarot you've received as well. Also, feel free to peruse all of my other videos that are available here on YouTube with other full in-depth pick-a-card readings, or navigate over to TikTok if you're active on that platform. I do a lot of content over in that space as well, and I never regurgitate the same material twice. It's all new readings in every social space and collective energy I'm a part of. I'm really picking up on whatever the overall energy is over in whatever space I happen to be engaging in. So it's a completely different immersive experience over there, a very different fun energy. Feel free to check me out over on that platform as well at Midwest Psychic. Also, private readings are available. All of the information on how you can book a private service where we can take a look at your individual energies at a deeper level is available in both the description box below as well as in a comment down below. In the meantime, I hope to see you again, pile 3. I'm sending you so much loving, abundant energy. I hope you make the most of this full moon energy we're going to be experiencing. And until next time, pile 3, I hope you take great care. Bye-bye.